Hi, friend. Welcome to Not Too Late with Shannon Michaels.
Not too late.
I'm Shannon.
With Shannon Michaels, your story begins again.
I'm so happy you're back with me today.
Not too late. Not too late. Welcome to Not Too Late with Shannon Michaels.
You know, ever since starting this podcast, I've been trying to just pay a little more attention to just the little moments in life. You know, the moments that people would probably forget. The conversations that only last a minute. The strangers that you probably won't ever even see again. But sometimes those are the moments that stay with us the longest. That happened to me a few days ago. I was off work, I was running errands, and I was like, I gotta stop at Staples. So I ran in, just wanted to get some things for the podcast. I was like, I needed a planner, I needed some pens, highlighters, nothing special. I was just grabbing a few things and probably walking around longer than I should. That's what I do. And the more we get to know each other, you find out that basically you take me to any store and I can always think of one more thing I forgot. So anyway, I'm walking down the aisle and heading towards the checkout, and I notice this lady looking at me. Now, ladies, you know how we do. You make eye contact and we're supposed to smile at each other and go just keep walking. As she's getting closer, I'm smiling at her, she's smiling at me, and I see this shirt. And first of all, let me just say, pink is my favorite color. So that was the shirt. And I saw some flowers and I could see some wording. I did not have my reading glasses on, so I couldn't really make out the words. But as we got closer, the word said, something wonderful is always about to happen. So I was like, oh, that's nice. So now we're just kind of like meeting up. We're right there. And I'm like, I look at her and she's looking at me. And I said, oh, I love your shirt. It's such a perfect color for summer. And I love the message that, that it has on it. And it's really beautiful. And she looks at me and she smiles. She said, oh, thank you so much. And look at you. Aren't you beautiful? And I said, oh, thank you. And so are you. And you're beautiful too. And now we're just smiling and we're just kind of exchanging pleasantries. And she starts telling me where she got the shirt from. So, all right, I think the conversation's ending, and she started to walk away. She took like 2 steps and she stopped. She turned around and she looked at me and she says, I have a question for you. Does the inside match the outside? And I smiled and I'm like, I don't know, in my head, I'm like, I don't think I was expecting her to ask me that question. So I was just like, I was like smiling. I was like, yes, I really try to make sure it does. And she said, well, that's the most important thing. She smiled and kept going down the aisle. I went to the checkout and paid for my stuff. And now I'm in my car and I'm like, I don't know, something interesting was happening. I guess the question is still in my mind. Anyway, I'm like, all right, you know how it is. I swear, when you're not at work, the day goes really fast. When you're at work, it goes really slow. So the day was getting right away from me. I was like, all right, I got to figure out what scrubs I'm wearing. Am I going to wear blue, purple, whatever? Okay, which ones am I wearing? Really quick, while I'm talking about scrubs, can I just pause for 2 seconds and just say shout out to all of my fellow healthcare professionals. I just want to shout out the RNs really quick, the LBNs, PCTs, NPs, physician assistants, doctors, secretaries, transporters, just to everybody in all the different departments. You have oncologists, you have urologists, you have nephrologists, the neuro department, radiologists, to everyone in all the clinics and all the hospitals. Trust me, I know how hard you work, and I just want to say thank you. And of course, I can't forget about the patients. If you are a patient, I just want to say, stay strong, be encouraged, and make sure you continue to lean on us, because this is why we as healthcare professionals do what we do. We love taking care of our patients. So I just wanted to say that really quick. But getting back to the story, I did this, I did that. Oh, I did not work out this morning. I got to work out. I don't feel like working out. I don't have time, but nope, I'm going to do it. I see the Peloton and I'm like, I'm going to get on it. And now once I'm on, you got the screen and you're like, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to do? First of all, I don't want to be on here. I don't want a class. Yes, there's my favorite teacher there. There's another one. No, I'm not choosing that one. I'm going to choose something simple, easy. Ooh, scenic route. Now, the scenic route is really nice because you can scroll, you can pick, I want to ride through Canada, I want to ride through New Zealand, you got Italy, ooh, Hawaii, San Francisco, Chicago, ooh, there's one. Miami. I'm going to ride through along the beach in Miami. So I clicked that one. Start to ride, it's coming on and you're seeing the beach and I'm starting to pedal and mind you, I'm like just 20 minutes because I don't even want to be on this thing at all. So just something quick. Riding along. I'm like, oh, look at the beach there. But you know what's funny about riding a bike? Your legs are busy and your body is working, but your mind is like, I guess probably I should have chosen a class because at least in the class, the teachers are like yelling at me, telling me what I need to do. But this, I don't know, for some reason, my mind was just having a conversation all by itself. I kept hearing the woman's voice. Does the inside match the outside? And I started asking myself another question. Maybe that's what Not Too Late is really about. Sure, it's not too late to go back to school. It's not too late to start exercising. It's not too late to find love. It's not too late to chase a dream. Maybe it's not too late to become someone you're proud of. I don't know about you, but when I was younger, I spent so much time just trying to impress people. I don't know. I wanted people to like me and I wanted people to approve of me. I wanted people to think that I had it all together. But the older I'm getting, the less interested I am in trying to impress people. Then I asked myself a different question. Do I like the woman I'm becoming? Because at the end of the day, I have to live with me. Not social media, not strangers, not opinions, me. Growing older has taught me something. Character matters more than appearance. Sure, beauty gets attention, kindness gets remembered, but think about the people you've never forgotten. Was it because they had perfect skin? Probably not. Was it because they wore expensive clothes? Probably not. You remember how they made you feel. You remember the teacher who helped you and who believed in you when you were in elementary. The nurse who held your hand, the neighbor who checked on you, the friend who answered the phone when you were calling everybody else and nobody else was picking up. And that's what stays with us. Not appearances, character. And here's the part that gets hard. Changing isn't easy, not because becoming a better person is difficult. It's hard because people remember who we used to be. Have you ever noticed that? You decide you're going to be calmer and someone's girl. I remember how your temper, please. You calm, like even last week. I don't know. Good luck with that. You decide you're going to stop gossiping. Somebody's got to come to you and say, I know you said you weren't going to gossip, but this isn't. Wait, if you don't talk and you just listen and I'm telling you, is that gossiping? I've got to tell you this. This tea is too good. You decide you're going to forgive more. And you're like, okay, I need to forgive. I stop holding grudges. But no, somebody wants to remind you about what happened, not yesterday, but 10 years ago. Girl, you forgive. You know you are the best at holding grudges. Good luck with that one. You know what? It's funny. When you're trying to evolve or become a better version of yourself, people start wondering why you're so quiet now. You start trying to protect your peace more. People accuse you of acting different. You know what? If and when that does happen, you have to say to yourself, I hope I am different. I hope I am growing. I hope I'm learning. I hope I'm softer in places where I used to be hard. I hope I'm wiser than I was 20 years ago. If I'm the exact same woman I was back then I haven't grown very much at all. Because growth changes us, and it should. That doesn't mean we're pretending. It means we're healing. There's a difference. Healing changes how you respond. Healing changes your patience. Healing changes your priority. Healing changes your heart. Sometimes people mistake healing for weakness. Sometimes people mistake peace for boredom. Sometimes they think because you're quieter, you've lost something. Maybe you finally found something. I've also learned something else too, and I'm so guilty of this. I'm so guilty. We have to stop reminding ourselves about our past. How many times have we said things like, I've always been impatient. I try, but I have no patience. What about, I've never been good enough. No matter how hard I try to be. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not good enough. What about, I've always been insecure? That's me. I'm an introvert. I don't like being up front and I try to speak up, but, or what about this one? I have always had an attitude. That's, everybody knows I can go from 0 to 60 in a minute. Try me, okay? I've always had an attitude. But what if that's no longer true? Why do we keep giving life to a version of ourselves we've worked so hard to leave behind? Maybe it's time to stop saying, that's just who I am. Maybe that's who you were, not who you're becoming. I don't believe any of us just wake up one morning and we suddenly become better people. I think it happens quietly. You choose your words more carefully. You apologize quicker. You listen longer. You judge less. You forgive more. You become more grateful, little by little, day by day. Nobody notices at first until one day someone says, there's something different about you. And that's the greatest compliment a person can receive. Not because you look different, because you've become different. The woman in Staples that I met, she probably will never know what she started in my heart. But I do. Because sometimes one sentence is just enough to make us look inward. So this week, I want you to do something. The next time you look in the mirror, matter of fact, I'm going to do it with you. I knew I wanted to talk to you about this. So I have this handheld mirror and it has a light on it actually. I'm going to turn this light on. And so instead of us looking in the mirror, me and you both, instead of seeing okay, I'm just going to tell you what I see right now. One eyebrow, I think it's the left eyebrow is like different than the right because the girl, my usual girl, she wasn't there. And then the other lady, yep, one eyebrow is higher than the other one. And then wait, nope, I got a freckle. No, like, is that a freckle or a new mole coming? Not sure. All right, no, that's not a pimple. That's a shadow. And hold on, is that a gray hair that I plucked that out last week? Is it back? No. Instead of criticizing, taking those moments to find all these flaws and to pick ourselves apart, don't criticize your face, don't criticize your body. Instead, ask yourself one simple question. Does the inside match the outside? Am I becoming someone I'm proud of? Not someone who's perfect, because none of us are. Not someone who has all the answers. None of us do. Just someone who is a little kinder, a little wiser, a little more patient, a little more loving than she was yesterday? If the answer is yes to any of the things I just listed, kinder, wiser, more patient, more loving, celebrate that. Yeah, celebrate that. If the answer is not yet, that's okay too. It's all right, because growth takes time. Grace takes patience. Healing doesn't happen overnight. And becoming is a lifelong journey. And I am just so glad we're on this journey together now. So thank you. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope wherever you are, you remember this. Your past doesn't have the final word. The person you used to be doesn't get to decide who you're becoming. Every morning you wake up, life gives you another opportunity to grow into the woman you've always wanted to be. Friend,
Repeat it soft,
it's not too late.
not too late. Welcome to Not Too Late with Shannon Michaels.
I'll see you next time.